Assalamu alaikum. We are now going to do half a page of Surat Ra'ad, meaning thunder. And there are many interesting words in this little more than half a page that we will focus on. There's a lot of scientific things coming up for me. I don't know why. I just feel I guess it's time. Sheikh Fauzi said I have to concentrate on science, and I resisted, but it seems it's chasing after me somehow. So today we're on page 250, Surat Ra'ad, and we will not start at the top. We will start on this very interesting subject about pregnancy. Verse 8. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الله يعلم ما تحمل كل أنثى وما تغيض الأرحام وما تزداد وكل شيء عنده بمقدار عالم الغيب والشهادة الكبير المتعال سواء منكم من أسر القول ومن جهر به ومن هو مستخف بالليل وسارب بالنهار لهم عاقبات من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه من أمر الله إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم وإذا أراد الله بقوم سوءا فلا مرد له وما لهم من دونه من وال هو الذي يريكم البرق خوفا وطمعا وينشئ السحاب الثقال ويسبح الرعد بحمده والملائكة من خيفته ويرسل الصواعق فيصيب بها من يشاء وهم يجادلون في الله وهو شديد المحال. There's a few different scientific miracles in this. So I'm just going to do this as a one-shot. I read the page, or let's say 3/4 of the page, and now I will read you the translation. And then we will go back, as I like to do, and concentrate on different aspects. Let's begin with the pregnancy one. Allah knows what every female carries, and what the wombs lose or exceed. And everything with him is by due measure. He is the knower of the unseen and the witnessed, the grand, the exalted. It's the same for him concerning you, whether one conceals his speech or publicizes it, and whether one is hidden by night or conspicuous by day. For each one are successive angels before and behind him, who protect him by the decree of Allah. Indeed, Allah will not change the condition of people until they change what is in themselves. Allah's waiting for you to change. And when Allah intends for a people ill, of course by what they've done, there's no repelling it. And there is not for them besides him any patron. Well, patron, I don't know if I like that word. It should be a protector. Because a patron, it sounds so mafia Latin. You know, that was one of the words the mafia, the Italians would say, patron. You're my patron. It means you protect me. Patron. No, I don't like that. Okay, so now it is he who shows you lightning, causing fear and aspiration, and generates the heavy clouds. And the last one. And the thunder exalts with praise of him, and the angels from fear of him. And he sends thunderbolts, and strikes therein whom he wills, while they dispute about a law. And he is severe in assault. You know, I was listening to Sheikh Sharawi, a small little, it was only 7 minutes, a tafsir of this ayah about the sawa'iq and the assault. And the reason I'm interested in this sawa'iq, the thunderbolts, is because there is a book, a famous book, As-Sawa'iq al-Mursala, by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawzi, that I had started to translate. I did 100 pages, and then something happened. I think I left Egypt for whatever reason, but it's still part of my dream that I will translate at least 100 more pages of that book, because, as you know, Ibn Qayyim al-Jawzi is a master. He's the student of Ibn Taymiyyah, and I believe there's no one like him. If you want to just read a book, any book that he's written is delicious. I don't know how to describe it. The way he can turn a phrase in Arabic, of course it has to be in Arabic. I remember when I first started, I said, what is this? What is this author? It was easy to understand, and it was pure Arabic. Ibn Qayyim al-Jawzi, remember that name, a Syrian man who was the #1 student of Ibn Taymiyyah. I'm not sure. Ibn Taymiyyah died in prison, and I think Ibn al-Qayyim followed him into prison, but whether he actually died there, I can't be sure of that. But it's Syria anyway. So now, let's go back and rethink in the Arabic, after I've read you the translation, about these words. Allah knows what happens in the wombs. And he knows which babies get aborted, either willfully or accidentally. And this word, tagheedul arham, it has to do with something increasing and decreasing. So there's been a lot of theories about what exactly happens inside the womb. Does it have to do with the umbilical cord? I'm not a medical person, and so I don't want to elaborate. I stay in my lane, as you know. So I listen, though. I like to add to my knowledge. So I listened to some expert talk about how, the flotation theory of how ships literally, hundreds of tons of weight, literally float. And he was using the word tagheed in order to explain to you how it happens. And so, as you know, it's called the displacement theory of water, where when the ship gets placed, when it comes out of the locks, that's another whole thing about boating, but we don't have to go through that. They let it down, and then all the water gets displaced. And when it finally levels out, he's saying this is tagheed, then that's when the ship floats. So they're referring to what's going on inside the woman when she's pregnant and the levels of whatever fluids are occurring. That's what this is referring to. So when you think about it, the word tagheed, al-arham, has to do with retaining a fetus or not, just the concept of the Arabic and the way we know it works now. It's just, I can't. How do you put into words? You can't. You have to learn Arabic. So the more I hope you listen to me, the more I can be an impetus to strengthen your will. If I could do it and I started at 50, you can do it. But you have to pray hard for it. And you have to work hard for it. But it's beautiful. Let's go on to the next part. عالم الغيب والشهادة الكبير المتعال. Allah knows the hidden and what you can observe, and He is most muta'al. He's so ali, up there, high. And it is the same, sawa'un, it's the same whether you secretly conduct your life, your words, or you proclaim it openly, or what you hide by night, or go forward to in the day. It's observable, but Allah knows it all. And not everyone else knows it all, because you can really be sneaky in your comings and goings, right? But Allah's watching you. And this one I love, because I don't think we talk enough about angels, honestly. I don't think we were given enough about angels. But لَهُ مُعَقِبَاتٌ مِّن بَيْنِ يَدَيْهِ وَمِن خَلْفِهِ. Allah is giving you what is termed here mu'aqqabatun, angels. And they are between His hands and between and in back of you. So this He is referring to you. Bayni yadehi wa min khalfihi yahafadhunahu. They're protecting the person. Min amrillah, by Allah's decree. And then Allah immediately says, but He won't change anything for you unless you change yourselves. And when He wants for any people, su' means evil. فَلَا مَرَدَّ لَهُ. So when He wants something bad that's going to happen to you, there's no turning back from it. Oh, it's very scary. And you will have no, well, meaning here patron, but I said no. It just means you're not going to get anyone to prevent this for you. I don't care how many bodyguards you have. If Allah says you're going to die, you're going to die. Remember they asked Muhammad Ali, the boxer, when he was alive, Allah yarhamu, some wise guy, I think it was Dick Cavett, some one of those interviewers, Johnny Carson, one of them said, so, you're a big guy and you're tough and all that, but, what kind of bodyguard do you have? Who really is like with you to protect you? And Allah said, Muhammad Ali said, my bodyguard's Allah. And the way he said it, it was so beautiful. He was not educated in Arabic. He didn't know anything about Quran, really. He just heard about Islam and made the Shahada. And his intrinsic pure self knew that that was the truth. We often wonder, we Americans, he refused to serve in Vietnam. He was a hard guy. It wasn't easy to deal with Muhammad Ali Clay. No way. And so when he was coming forward more and more and more as a Muslim, more and more and more, and suddenly he gets brain damaged with Parkinson's disease, pretty fishy. Everyone wondered, was there something that he was given, unbeknownst to him, that caused him to turn into a semi-vegetative state? But Allah knows. So no doubt in my mind he died a martyr. He allows you to see the barq, the lightning, khawfan wa tama'an, to make you afraid and to make you tama'an. It means you want it. Yes, what's going on with this lightning? What is it doing? Look at it. It's just exploding up there. And Florida is the lightning capital of the world. So you want to see lightning. Well, there's another place in Brazil, Maracaibo, I think they call it, that you can see it in so many colors and so forth. But I guess for America, it's the lightning capital. And it says here that He sends it to make you afraid and to make you anxious, but to also make you tama'an. It means you want something when you see this lightning. وَيُنْشِئُ السَّحَابَ الثِّقَالَ, and He causes the clouds to become heavy. Now you see, we know now, we study, the elementary school, the children learn about how the clouds become heavy and then it rains. So this is another scientific miracle. How could this be not a miracle when they're calling clouds getting heavy? And clouds look so fluffy, right? Clouds look like marshmallow or something. fluffy, but Allah refers to them as heavy. And then at the end, وَيُسَبِّحُ الرَّعْدُ بِحَمْدِهِ. The thunder praises continually Allah. وَالْمَلَائِكَةُ مِنْ خِيفَتِهِ, and so do the angels, fearfully. وَيُرْسِلُ وَالسَّوَاقِ. And the thunderbolt, the sawaq, is what I started with in the beginning of this lesson. يُصِيبُ بِهَا مَنْ يَشَاءُ وَهُمْ يُجَادِلُونَ فِي اللَّهِ وَهُوَ شَدِيدُ الْمِحَالِ. So many people, scholars, have wondered, what is a sawaq? And the English translation is a thunderbolt, but I looked this up because a thunderbolt, you would assume that it would be a bolt of lightning, wouldn't you? Isn't that what we say, a bolt of? But here, it's a thunderous, very, very scary something. Well, what, though, that happens? What is this sawa'ek? To know it means thunderbolt is not enough. So I was looking for the Arabic, the shiuch, and I found they call him the best one of all of the shiuch in Egypt. His name is Sheikh Sha'rawi, but he's passed on, Allah yarhamu. And he said, he gives you a story from the Sirah where these two men wanted to come and argue. You know, there's some people that don't really seek truth. They just want to jidal. It's like debate. And he named their names, but I didn't want to write it down because it's irrelevant. But there were two living men who came to the Rasul, and they actually said to him ridiculous things. They were annoying for the Rasul. But you know, the Rasul was always very, very peaceful. He didn't freak out on people, and he didn't say, get out of here, you jerks. No. So they started, and they said, is Allah made out of iron or brass? Because they were thinking of the statues. And Allah just did it because, you know, Prophet Muhammad's not really going to get fed up or smack them, but Allah did. And Sheikh Sha'rawi said one of them was just struck right there in his place, dead. Now, the Sheikh called that the sawa'iq, or the sa'iqa. Singular is sa'iqa, plural sawa'iq. And he's trying to describe this word, as there are many, many, if you open up the YouTube, the encyclopedia that we now have at our fingertips, free. So there is no excuse for people not to research today. If you can only research in English, that's cool. Research in English. I'm not against it. But I am promoting that you will try to learn Arabic because really, it's Allah's language. And I don't even like the word language. It comes from lugha. And lugha means, it doesn't have a good meaning. It means silly speech, laghu. So I prefer to say lisan al-Arab. Lisan means the tongue, the truthful tongue. The lisan as-sidqin fil akhirin. Lisanun Arabiyyun mubin. And then Allah goes on to say in many verses, la'alakum yu'minun, so that you will believe. La'alakum yafqahun, so that you will be truthful. You know, 11 verses I've given. Please look back. I mean, inshallah, I hate the word please. It begins with P. And I don't like the P because the P is a letter of the Catholic Church. They have symbols that they used to carry on their banners when they would do crusades and stuff. And one of them is a P with an X in it. It's one of their holy letters. And I always go off in these tangents because I guess that's why Allah wanted me to start this at the age of 50. After I had lived through all of this, what can I say? All of this noise, all of these theories, all of these courses, all of these tests. And you're better off to just learn Quran. You know that great Sheikh Ismail, he said, let your children read anything. Don't censor when they've passed the age of 15. Because he was a wise young man. And he was raised in the Catholic educational system. He said, if you raise your children up right with Quran and Arabic, don't worry about anything. Once they turn adults, which is 15 in Islam, they can go off and fight with swords in armies. Let them be. Because he knows that whatever you make forbidden, that kid's going to go right for it. Isn't that so? I know I did. Anyway, this is the end of tonight's lessons, 20 minutes. And now I can just go eat some sweets and drink tea and play with my phone. Not for researching anything, just seeing what's new. I like to know what's new. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.